Hey everyone, this is Elias from RevMatch Media, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 2022 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid Pinnacle. Now, as a dad, if that means I'm going to be spending less money at the gas pump, I approve of this. Let's go ahead and get started. We get started in the front and we can see, yeah, it's a minivan. It's a pretty sleek design. I do love it. It's very smooth, very bulbous design to the front. But first, this Fathom Blue color, yeah, you can't fathom how good this looks. Yeah, I know, a little dad joke there. But yeah, this blue looks incredible. It has like a greenish blue hue to it, and when the sun hits it, it just sparkles. It is a really nice color, so I love this as a choice. But yeah, overall the front is like I said, it's got that bulbous design to it. The headlights are really nice. I do like the design to them. Nice, sleek, kind of really look like eyes just kind of piercing at you, and this really pierces the night. This headlight setup is really nice. I was doing some driving at night and had no complaints regarding the light output on these, so that has been really great. The grille is nice. It's got a nice black design to it, but we have our front radar for the cruise control system there. We have the front facing camera that ties in with the 360-degree view, which is really good in this system. But yeah, overall this is a pretty nice front end. Let's go ahead and see what makes this so special under the hood. We get under the hood and we have the 3.6 liter V6 with the plug-in hybrid system on this. That is cranking out 260 total horsepower, and it is connected to the CVT transmission and then to the front wheels. So a couple of things with this. You can't get the all-wheel drive option with the hybrid system. Most likely drive shaft, clearance, whatever the case is, but yeah, that would be kind of the ultimate the pinnacle of the pinnacle. But yeah, with this though, it's been really good. So it is the plug-in option. You do get about 33 miles to a full charge, and I did use my plug-in, my level 2 Untitled charger to get this guy charged every morning. I will go ahead and include the link in the description for that charger, but it was really nice. Just plug it in, 2 hours, and you know, my wife was driving this she drives about 60 miles every day, and literally half was the battery and half was gas. So she wasn't really using that much gas, and the gas gauge really shows that. So it's been really nice to have this, and to charge it, I think it's costing me like $1.30 or so in electricity to get me about 30 miles to that charge. But the power delivery, it's smooth. You know, don't expect it. The one thing I wish this had was the Wrangler, the Jeep Wrangler 4xE's hybrid system in switch. The switch. What I mean by that is you can go full electric on the Wrangler, you can go hybrid, or have the engine start to actively charge the battery system. You can't do it in this. You don't have any modes. It decides for you, which I get it. Some people just want to get in and go, but I think I can make the most out of this hybrid system if I were to pick, you know, use only the battery power, you know, or use the engine, or charge the battery for me. But yeah, that was kind of the letdown with this. I wish it had that system because it worked really well in the Jeep Wrangler. So having that switch would have been nice in this. But other than that, it's been great. Good power to it, no complaints. Highway passing is fine. No weird issues with it. So I'm happy. Let's go ahead and see what we have in those wheels and tires. We get down to the wheel and tire package, and we have an 18-inch wheel, and it is wrapped in the Nexen 235/60 tire. Now, this combination has been really good as far as ride performance, you know, ride quality. It's been spectacular. That suspension really helps it out as well, and the added hybrid battery weight at the bottom. The wheel design though, leaves a little bit more to be desired, really. Yes, I know it's a minivan, but hey, why can't we make this look good, right? But yeah, I like the color though. The color is a really nice shade of that silver kind of chrome looking polished look to it. So it's nice. The brakes have been really good, no complaints there. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty good package as far as feel. Now, personally, I do like, if I wouldn't get this color, I'd get the white and kind of like their sport trim that makes these black. That looks really, really good. Well, let's go ahead and see what we have on the side. We get to the side and we can clearly see, yeah, this thing is pretty much a minivan. A couple of things. Again, we see that kind of bulbous design here on the front. We do have the 18-inch wheels, which look nice. You know, there's a good height to them as well. But the other thing as well, we have because this is the hybrid, we do have our plug right in there. So we went ahead and we plugged our Autel home charger in here to get this guy charged. And yeah, the color, again, this color looks so good. I love the color that this has. The Pinnacle badge down here, we have a little bit of that kind of polished chrome. Same thing with the framing around the windows and the mirrors with the camera design for that 360-degree view. Now, almost forgot, we have some stow and I forget the name of it, I'll put it down, regarding the roof rails. So we do have those guys up here for additional storage or any toys you want to put up top. Now, the big thing with this is really the keyless entry. So key in my pocket, I go ahead and I touch and it's going to unlock. So I am able to unlock it and open it with no problem. I can go ahead and lock it there and I can go ahead and grab this. Yeah. But I can push the button and it's gonna go ahead and open up. I can also go ahead and push the button to close it. And there we go. Now, the other thing that's crazy about this is usually you have like a little rail, and with this, it's really hidden. It's right underneath the rear window. So it doesn't give you that ugly look that sometimes, you know, we have with minivans. The other thing as well, we have the key fob. So I can go ahead and touch that and it opens up the left side, but I can even go further and press the right one. So we literally can go through, or both sides can go ahead and open up. Yeah, we go ahead and close that off. And then we close off the left one. And that's our keyless entry. This thing is awesome. Well, let's go ahead and see what we have in the back. We get to the back and this thing looks nice. Granted, it's a big box, but it has some nice design cues in it. First, the taillights. The taillights, I love the design we have here, kind of swooping around and then just giving us that kind of, it reminds me of 80s vintage cars. Now vintage, yeah. But we have this long strip of light back here. Looks really good. I love this design. But yeah, big rear window for visibility. We have our wiper here. Doesn't take up too much visibility on there. But yeah, it's a nice design. Now, where it really shines is the inside of the back. So I'll go ahead and push the button twice on the key fob and it opens up. And here we go. Again, this is where this vehicle excels. The storage capacity. Now, what's crazy is this is a three-row minivan, but typically I hate 3 rows because that third row causes you to have almost no storage in the back when the back seats are up. Not with this. So there isn't much depth going towards the front, but going down, there is a ton of space down here. I was able to grab some groceries and fill this whole thing up with tons of groceries that we had with no issues. One of my favorite things about this. On the side here, we do have the charger that you get when you buy the hybrid version of the Pacifica. So we can go ahead and store that there. And we just have, we have the actual car battery there. But storage, it's incredible. There's so much space to it here. So I'll go ahead and move my back because you can now, with this, we have really easy instructions. It says 1, so you go ahead and you pull that, 2, and there you go. It's literally down. It's down. It's good to go. Like there's no issues with getting that down. And then again, we go ahead and just bring it back up and you're back in business. Yeah, I mean, really easy, no complaints. You know, again, we have all this tons of storage in here and you can put this down. You can't put down the second row because it is a hybrid and obviously that's where the batteries are right underneath, but you can physically take them out. But yeah, this thing has been incredible. Oh, and to close it, I keep forgetting it's here, not up here. So I push that, goes ahead and closes. And now because it's getting really hot, let me go ahead and push the start button. It beeps, and then you don't hear anything because it's the hybrid, but it is running. Let's go ahead and hop in to the cold air. We get inside of the Chrysler Pacifica and you could tell this is the Pinnacle. It really is. So the Pinnacle is obviously, with it being the highest, the interior gets a special treatment, but you still have the functionality. So this is all about being extremely functional, but still with nice looking touches to it. So yeah, let's get started. On the door, we have this nice brown, light brown leather that just looks so beautiful. The armrest is extremely comfortable at the bottom and at the top as well. So really like it. The top is definitely soft, kind of that soft touch material. But yeah, it's really great. You know, you have your window controls, no issues there. Nothing really out of the ordinary, nothing special. But yeah, then you have all the storage compartment down here for your water bottles or your drinks. And yeah, it's just functional and it looks nice. We get over to the seats and the seats are really nice. These things are extremely comfortable. I love the pattern. I love the color to them. They're just, you know, they're easy to put in a comfortable spot. But yeah, I mean, overall, these are extremely good for really, really long drives. You also have heated and cooled options in this. So it's really what you need, especially if you're going to be driving this thing for thousands and thousands of miles. So yeah, this is where you kind of want to sit. Only thing it'd be missing in the Pinnacle, which would be kind of nice, might be bumping up the price a bit, but massage I think would seal the deal of like, okay, we are really going to be relaxed for this really long road trip. But yeah, we have that. Then we get over to the steering wheel, and the steering wheel is big. This thing is, it looks bulky, and it really isn't bulky in regards to the feeling of it. So we have a nice leather wrap. We have also that tan stitching on the leather as well. It feels really good. It's got some give to it when you squeeze it. The shape of it is, like I said, big, but the area where you grab it is really nice. So I do love the way that this steering wheel feels. The actual feel of it when you're turning, really, really good. No complaints there. I mean, it's just so good. We have my favorite FCA or Stellantis buttons in the back for volume or next track. Really is a nice touch to the Pacifica. And in the front, we do have your buttons. Again, left side to control the gauge cluster, which we'll talk about in a bit. Right side for the cruise control system on here. We get over to the gauge cluster, and this gauge cluster is really nice. I like the Pacifica's gauge cluster, and this is coming from not just the Pinnacle but other trims as well. It just looks very spacey. It's got that blue, looks like an alien kind of like spacecraft design. So I really like that design it has. In the middle, we have your screen, which you have a ton of information for anything really. You know, that's one of the things that I like about like the RAM, that you have just an array of data being basically fed to you. But yeah, we have like the speedometer. We can put it there, the vehicle info, so battery voltage, you know, the tire pressure, the coolant temp, oil pressure, oil life. It really, like I said, it gives you all the information. Now, with this being the hybrid, we do have a hybrid info panel where you get the charge, you know, what what it's doing with what, the charge compared to the power, and what it's using, whether it's charging the battery or if it's using it for power or using the engine for power. And we have the energy, your MPGs essentially, and your range. So there's just a lot of data in here, which is good. And again, you can keep it as simple as you want or as complicated as you want. But I really like this dash, this gauge cluster, because of that information. Then we get over to the infotainment system, and we have the Uconnect 5 system. Yes, this was my first kind of introduction to the Uconnect 5 system. It worked really well in the first Pacifica that we reviewed. It still works good in this. It's just, for some reason, it just doesn't work well with other Stellantis vehicles. Not sure why, but this has been great. Wireless Apple CarPlay. You know, you have tons of different features in this. The screen is bright. It's really responsive, and you have so many different things to work with here. So I'll go ahead and go into my quick menu, and you have the passenger voice. Basically, this has like an intercom in here. You have the fam cam. I can take a look at what or who I have in the back, and if you press a certain seat, it's gonna switch over to that specific view. So it is a nice touch to have when you have kids that you're hauling, when you have pets that you have with you. It's a good thing, because there's times I usually sit my kiddo in the behind the passenger seat, and sometimes he falls asleep on, you know, when we're driving, and he may have slouched in a way that maybe isn't the safest. So it's sometimes hard for me to look back and see him, because the mirror sometimes, you know, you have it set for rear view, but the fam cam really helps you just kind of pick his seat, and I can make sure, okay, he's sleeping correctly, or hey buddy, wake up, sit upright, you know, that kind of thing. So I do love that. And yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, we have your hybrid electric settings, so we can see, you know, the schedules, obviously the power flow, which we'll definitely get into, and then you can just go back to your Apple CarPlay. We do have the quick settings here for the AC, which is very easy to get to. Yeah, really no complaints about the system in this specific model. So I really like, I like Uconnect 5, but it just, for some reason, again, it didn't want to work that well in the other Stellantis vehicles that I've driven. We come down a little bit more, and we have the parking buttons, and then the safety buttons and all that stuff. I have parked this. I've had it parked by itself. It's scary in the sense of, you know, oh my gosh, I don't want it to, you know, I don't want it to hit something automated, obviously, to hit another vehicle, but it did a good job. It did a good job. So there's no reason for me to be scared, kind of thing, but it's always just one of those new things. But yeah, if you need help parking it, it'll do it there. We come down a little bit more, and we have the AC controls. Very easy, very straightforward. I've used this a couple of times, but majority of times I was pressing these buttons down here. We come over to the left, and we have our rotary knob shifter. Yes, so gear selector, I guess. So right now we are in L, because L gives you the regenerative mode, and it gives you kind of the one pedal driving, which I love. I love one pedal driving. Makes driving so much easier and so much more comfortable as well. So yeah, it's on L right now, because yeah, I want to regain as much electricity or battery power as I'm losing. Hopefully, typically not the case, but yeah. Then we come down a little bit more, and we do have a Blu-ray player, which apparently someone has Monsters Inc. I did not know that this was in here. I don't think it's mine. I don't think my kid put it in there, because I don't think we have this movie. But yeah, apparently this has Monsters Inc. Or I guess thank you, Chrysler, for providing that if you have it as a demo. But yeah, we have that there. And then we come back a little bit more, and what's hidden is actually my phone. So you do have one wireless charger, but we have two USB connections. Actually 4, but only 2 of them, you know, you can only use 2 at a time. What I mean by that is you have 2 pairs of USB-A or USB-C. If you plug into one, It's only going to use for that kind of stack, only that one connector. But it's good. I like options. It's especially like if you have one cable, especially all these different adapters changing. So it is nice to have both. The wireless charger is great, have it in there. And again, I can just close this off because I don't need to have this open, and I can have full control over it here on the Uconnect 5 system. We come back a little bit more and we have the cup holders. The cup holders are nice. They're nice and big. How many cup holders in this? Ooh, gosh, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably easily over 10. Easily over 10 cup holders in this, which is crazy. Yeah, you can't put 10 people in here, but thankfully you can put that many drinks in here. We come back a little bit more and we have the armrest. The armrest is nice and comfortable. It's nice and soft too. It's that soft leather as well, and it's fairly big. It's got a good size in there to put something in there. But yeah, overall it's good. And actually, right behind it, like right underneath this, in the back, we do have like a drawer that you can open, because this is all about storage. I could probably store more things in this than in my house. But yeah, there's tons of there's 2 cup holders. There's a big, basically the size of this, underneath as a drawer for storage. Oh, I forgot to mention, we have storage under here as well. So under the charger, there's additional storage there. It's just everywhere there's storage. But yeah, we have that basically underneath the armrest. Now, with this being a 3rd row minivan, the middle seats are captain's chairs. Behind my seat and passenger seat, we do have the TV entertainment system. This thing is incredible. The biggest problem with those TV systems is that they're passive systems. They don't have any any system in there, any operating system installed in them. It's just a matter of a screen. You have to plug in a device. You have to, have cables running. Just embed something in it. And Chrysler did. Chrysler implemented the Fire TV, the Amazon Fire TV system in them. And it is so good because you can watch your Netflix, you can watch your Amazon Prime videos, you can have HBO. It's basically a Fire TV system. It literally is a Fire TV system. And yeah, it works. It works. And you can put games on there, the works, which is what every, backseat kind of TV screen system needs. And it's so good. Yeah, kiddo loved it. He has his remote, gets to do his own thing. It works really good. Exactly what you need. But the seats themselves are great as well. He's super comfortable, loves it. Only problem, because this is the hybrid, those do not stow away. So the stow and go kind of system where, it kind of goes underneath, you can't do it on the hybrid because that's where the battery is. Yeah, at least not for the middle row. 3rd row you can, which let's go to the 3rd row. And the 3rd row is massive, tons of space. The tallest of people can really go there, can sit there with no problem. This is really again, a functional, haul people kind of vehicle. So I do love that. Oh, and one thing about the middle row, you can't stow them away, but you can take them out. So you do have that option of taking those seats out and having that if you need it for the additional storage. And speaking about storage, the trunk area, again, as you guys saw, very big. Even though we have 3 rows, you still have, and it's not that much space, like kind of depth wise, but going down, there's a ton of space. So really no complaints there regarding that amount of space you have. Now let's talk performance. We're dealing with a 3.6 liter V6 with a hybrid power system. Both of those are cranking out 260 horsepower, and it is going to the CVT transmission and then to only the front wheels. Yes, so if you go hybrid, you can't go all-wheel drive. Yeah, I'm assuming it's drive shaft, with having the batteries kind of below. So I'm sure it's something, but yeah, unfortunately, if you don't live in the best of conditions or need all-wheel drive for, inclement weather, yeah, you're gonna have to go gas only. But if you don't, or yeah, you only have those 1 or 2 days in Texas with snow, then front wheel drive model is what you can get with obviously the hybrid system on this. So we're stopped and we go. It's not that fast. Don't expect much. Oh, gas turned on. So the gas turned on. But yeah, I mean, obviously I wasn't expecting super duper performance. This is just such a good people hauler. It's so relaxing. I keep telling my buddy and my wife, I'm like, I hate how good this is, because you still have the stigma of, oh, it's a minivan. You're driving. My wife is like, I love this thing, but it's a minivan. Yes, but you know what? She's like, I could deal with it if we just needed to, you know, do road trips, haul people. It's haul things. It really is a great vehicle. It's a great minivan, and to have that hybrid system. So I charged it this morning. So with the hybrid system, you do have. So I did use my Autel charger. You know, level 2. Set it, and it did show 2 hours. So this is going to take you about 2 hours on a fast charger. I believe it's about 12 hours if you do it with the standard charger. They do include one. They do include the charger, but yeah, it'll take 12 hours, which get yourself the charger. I'll put my link in the bio, because it's gonna be worth it. So basically, I charged it up this morning, 2 hours, 36 miles of battery life, and yeah, I mean, it according to my calculation, I think it was about $1.36 for 36 miles. And as far as like what you're dealing with range, so yeah, you're doing about 32 miles is what they say, and you have about 520 total range, because this guy is really you know, a long driver. Yeah, long road trip driver. It's so smooth though. The suspension feels really nice. I think this is the best driving Pacifica, because you have the added weight at the bottom and it stabilizes it even better. I don't know if the suspension is reworked, but it definitely feels, you know, better for that extra battery weight. But yeah, this thing has been really nice. Right now we've driven 10 miles and we still have 67% of the battery, 22 miles to go. And yeah, we've been driving this all week and we still have a total, well, gas range is 325 and total range obviously 303 miles. The only thing with this is that mileage has been fluctuating a bit. So it does, literally I drove maybe 100 yards and it dropped 2 miles, which was kind of significant. But then I started driving a little bit more and I somehow gained the mileage back, which is weird because I wasn't driving any different between that point and then again the additional point. So yeah, just it's a little weird when it comes to the full range with the gas range. The electric range appears to be working really, really well and really, really accurate. But yeah, this thing has been so much fun. It's crazy how, yeah, this isn't your typical minivan. It really is something else. It makes life easier. It really does. As a parent, you could tell a parent or parents designed this to be the ultimate people hauler. Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my review of the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid Pinnacle. Remember, find the right gear. See ya.